Greetings, everyone. Greetings. Welcome to another episode of Tea Crush Realty. I am your real estate queen. I know it's been a while since you've heard from me, but I'm still here, okay? And real estate is still happening, everyone. Heute ist Freitag. Today is Friday, and I wanted to get this video out to you early. We're still in January. We're still in the winter solstice, everyone that's out there. And guess what? Real estate is still happening all throughout December, all throughout the winter, and it's never going to stop, okay? So for people out there that thinks that real estate has just come to a halt, it has not. People are still doing open houses, people are still buying, and people are still selling, all right? So do not listen to your friends, your relatives, your family members, your coworkers, people that are not in the real estate profession. If they're telling you no one's buying, no one's selling. I saw some interesting information earlier on TikTok that my sister sent to me, and it was very disheartening to see why misinformation spreads like wildfire. It was actually a person that does not own, is not in the real estate profession, and she's a renter. Her and her husband did a TikTok video. He was in the background and she was buying all this stuff for the apartment. And she basically said, you know, if you don't own a home, don't rush into purchasing a home. Just wait until you're ready. There's no need to rush. But the way that the message was conveyed, it was in such a way to make people feel that they don't really need to purchase. They can just continue to rent for as long as they want. And she did not like the fact that a lot of realtors came into her comment section. I guess she felt attacked because they were telling the people on the video that it was just bad advice. Basically, a lot of people understood the concept, even people that had purchased homes, that whenever you can't afford to purchase is when you should purchase. Don't wait for the market to fluctuate. Don't wait for the interest rates to change. If you're able to have a decent credit score, and by decent, I mean, you can basically get pre-approved at like a 580, which I would not recommend because that means your interest rate is going to be just ridiculously high. But if your interest rate, my apologies, if your credit score, I would say is around the mid to high 600s and up, I would say you can go ahead and think about maybe talking to a mortgage lender and just kind of seeing where you stand. They might tell you, to wait, but they're going to give you the best advice for your situation. Also, if your debt to income ratio is low, meaning you don't have a lot of credit card debt, you don't have any loans, a bunch of loans to pay off, you've paid off your car or your cars, you don't have a lot of things that you're paying out. You have a lot of disposable income. You're just paying rent and your regular bills. And you might have one or two bills that you're paying and they're not astronomically high. Then chances are you could be ready to purchase. Also, if you have money in your savings account, money in your 401k, if you don't have money in your savings, you might have money in your 401k, retirement funds, because they do allow you to pull from your 401k as a first-time home buyer. Okay, for those of you who aren't aware of it. And if you're not sure what you have in the 401k, you might want to talk to your HR or see how you can go about finding that information, because that is going to help you. You will need money for down payment and closing costs sometimes as a first-time home buyer, because they do have programs for first-time home buyers. You may be eligible for down payment assistance. All right. Not everybody will qualify because you do need to meet certain criteria, such as a credit score situation, and other factors may apply to that. But don't get discouraged just because someone tells you to wait a month or two, maybe 6 months. A lot of times credit bounces up quicker than what you think, and 6 months goes by like this. So a lot of people are signing leases based on the falsehoods of bad advice. And what's happening? The same thing that was happening last year and the year before that and the year before that. is rent has gone up astronomically. Most of you are paying close to $2,000 in rent. How do I know? Because I hear it all the time. I have clients reaching out to me. Oh, my rent is going up. I'm going to have to move. Can you help me find a rental? And while, yes, I do help find people rentals, I'm not in the business of renting. I'm in the business of helping people secure financial wealth, financial prosperity. And how do we do that? We do that by creating economic ownership. This is the difference between the financial wealth gap is because a lot of people do not own. All right. When you purchase a home, and I feel like I repeat myself on every video, but I'm going to say it again because some people haven't heard this information. But when you pay your mortgage, think about it like you're putting money into a bank account that actually exponentially grows. And no, it doesn't sound like it does, but it does. Because what happens is you build equity in your home. Everyone knows that investing into real estate is one of the quickest financial ways to wealth. There's no 401k that's going to do that in a matter of 2 to 3 to 4 to 5 years. You have to work every single day, every single week, every single month, every single year for all these hours just to reach thousands of dollars in your 401k. For purchasing a home, you pay your mortgage once a month. And each month, each year, slowly, your equity starts to build. And you can see a difference in a matter of 2 to 3 years with what your equity is going to look like and how it progresses upward. You know, and seldomly does it decrease. The only way you will see something that looks backwards in that scenario is if you bought a house that was over, if the house, basically, if you overpaid for the house. Now, there are a lot of different regulations right now that are in place to stop that from happening. So I really don't see that being a problem. This is why you have an appraisal done on the home, because the appraisal is going to come back and tell you, okay, this is what your home appraised for. Then you still have a chance whether you want to go forward with that transaction or not. If you have an excellent realtor on your team, they're going to do a CMA, which is a comparable market analysis for that particular area, that neighborhood, based on houses that are similar to the home that you wish to purchase, to make sure that you're not overpaying for that home. And they're going to make a recommendation for you regarding how much they feel that, you know, you should place the offer for. My apologies. My cat just jumped and I don't want her to knock over my camera phone, my phone. She's so curious. I'm going to spray you. Sorry, y'all. Okay, she jumped down. What is another thing that I wanted to address? Yeah, so that's the main thing. I didn't mean to make this video so long, so I hope that you do watch it. But yeah, I hear a lot of bad advice that spreads from people who don't own homes and from people that are not financial advisors, and people listen to the information from people that are not in the profession. And it's kind of backwards, and it doesn't make logical sense to do stuff like that. So what I would say is you should reach out to a professional that's in the market, a professional that's in the business of what you're trying to do. A lot of people feel uncomfortable talking to like people or professionals because they feel like they don't want to, they don't want to tell them their personal information. They don't want to give out their credit score. But I get a lot of people that tell me their financial situation because I try to make people feel comfortable. This is just a conversation we're having. You don't have to share everything with me. That is not even my whole goal. It's just to educate you, inform you on what the lender is going to be looking for to pre-approve you. Some people are scared of the pre-approval process. They're scared to get their credit pulled. They're scared just to see where they are at, to see if they even qualify. If you never get your credit pulled and you never check your credit, you'll never know where you stand. So you have to get over the fear. People have to grow up, be adults, and just get over the fear of, oh, do they have to pull my credit to buy a house? Well, what do you think? If you need to get your credit pulled to get a credit card, to apply for loans, to get a car, surely if you're going to get a mortgage, they're going to pull your credit, okay? So let's not ask these questions that we know the answer to, right? Let's be logical and let's be adults. Let's be responsible and let's continue to create economic ownership, okay? Because this is the quickest way to your financial health, financial wealth, and financial future. If you have any questions, please reach out to me at 980-428-2333. Again, my number is 980-428-2333. Please like, share, okay? And you can follow me on Instagram